This week in Jamaica Now, Argentina and Spain face off in Sunday's World Cup final.
The pepper spray, Desmond, aye!
Member of Parliament Desmond McKenzie condemns being pepper sprayed by police. Traditional SBAs to be phased out for several CSEC and CAPE subjects. 2 Jamaicans deported to Eswatini declined to return to Jamaica, and the government expects Petrojam to recover fuel subsidy losses. I'm Neville Graham, and this is Jamaica Now. The curtain will come down on the greatest show on earth on Sunday when defending champion Argentina faces Spain for the coveted World Cup trophy. The 2026 FIFA World Cup final will take place in the MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Argentina is chasing a 4th World Cup title and hopes to become the first nation to successfully defend football's biggest prize since Brazil won back-to-back championships in 1958 and 1962. The South Americans have impressed throughout the tournament and will be looking to cement their place among the sport's greatest teams. Spain, meanwhile, is seeking its 2nd World Cup crown after lifting the trophy in South Africa in 2010. The Europeans will be hoping to dethrone the defending champions and cap an impressive World Cup campaign. Before Sunday's championship match, England and France will square off in the 3rd-place playoff on Saturday in Miami, Florida. Students across the Caribbean who sat the Caribbean Examinations Council CXC exam for May to June 2026 will be able to access their preliminary results online on Tuesday, August 18. CXC says candidates can begin checking their grades at noon Atlantic Standard Time through the students' results portal using their examination credentials. The release covers CSEC, CAPE, and other examinations administered during the May to June sitting. Students who have concerns about their grades will be able to apply for reviews through CXC's established post-results process before final certificates are issued. Thousands of Jamaican students are expected to access their results as they prepare for 6th form, university, and entry into the workforce. Meanwhile, CXC has announced sweeping reforms to its school-based assessment, or SBA, program, citing the rapid growth of artificial intelligence and other technological advances. Beginning with the 2027 academic year, the traditional SBA will be phased out for most non-practical CSEC and CAPE subjects, including mathematics, English, Caribbean history, social studies, and principles of business. Students will instead complete paper 032 under supervised examination conditions. However, practical subjects such as agricultural science, visual arts, music, physical education, technical drawing, and food, nutrition, and health will retain the SBA, although stronger moderation measures will be introduced. CXC says the changes are intended to protect the integrity of its qualifications while ensuring the assessment system keeps pace with advances in technology. Artificial intelligence, AI, is increasingly being exploited by cybercriminals, with Jamaica recording 46.7 million attempted cyber attacks in 2025 and another 5.4 million during the first 3 months of this year. The figures come from cybersecurity firm Fortinet's latest global threat landscape report, which warns that AI is enabling criminals to identify vulnerabilities and launch attacks more quickly and on a much larger scale. The report also found that Jamaica recorded 7 million active scanning attempts last year and another 2 million in the first quarter of 2026. Fortinet says while more organizations are embracing artificial intelligence to improve productivity, they must also strengthen cybersecurity measures. The company warned that government agencies, banks, and businesses remain among the sectors most frequently targeted by cybercriminals and stressed that employee awareness and proper safeguards are critical to reducing cyber risks. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade says 2 of the 3 Jamaicans deported by the United States to the Kingdom of Eswatini have indicated they do not wish to return to Jamaica. The men, 64-year-old Junior Alves and a man publicly identified only as Miller, made their position known during discussions with officials from Jamaica's Consulate General in Miami. Instead of returning to Jamaica, they said they hope to reunite with their families in the United States. Foreign Affairs Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith says Jamaica's High Commission in South Africa continues efforts to establish contact with a 3rd Jamaican national. The government has also sought further information from U.S. authorities on the circumstances surrounding the deportations and says consular support remains available to all 3 men. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security, DHS, has not said why the men were deported to Eswatini. Alves was picked up at his home in Florida on January 11 and shipped to the African Kingdom earlier this month under a 3rd country national agreement the U.S. has with Eswatini. The DHS has not given any information on the other deported men. It has also not revealed whether any of the men had ever been charged with crimes in the U.S. Alves' wife, Joan, told the Gleaner that he had been in the United States for 44 years and has been a pastor for the past 25 years. She was asked whether he had ever run afoul of the law in the U.S. She said he may have some 40 years ago. However, she did not give any specifics, saying that such information should come from him. Energy Minister Darrell Vaz says the government expects Petrojam to recover losses incurred after absorbing sharp increases in global oil prices to protect consumers from the higher fuel costs. Speaking in Parliament on Tuesday, Vaz said the subsidies became necessary because of rising oil prices linked to the conflict in the Middle East.
Subsidies were incurred due to significant absorption by Petrojam of sharp increases in global oil prices caused by the conflict in the Middle East. It is expected that the accumulated subsidies for the current financial year will be recovered over time through the pricing mechanism as global market prices normalize.
The minister added that the government continues to monitor developments in the international energy market while exploring opportunities to secure cheaper oil supplies that could help stabilize local fuel prices. The Integrity Commission is facing another legal challenge, this time from Dr. Carl Bruce, the medical chief of staff at the University Hospital of the West Indies. Dr. Bruce is asking the Supreme Court to declare that he was not a public official under the Integrity Commission Act for the period covered by a notice requiring him to submit statutory declarations for more than 6 calendar years, dating back to 2018. He is also seeking to have the notice declared null and void and has obtained an interim injunction preventing the Commission from enforcing it until the matter is decided. The case is the latest in a series of legal actions involving the Integrity Commission. The anti-corruption body has expressed concern about what it describes as a growing trend of court challenges that could delay or frustrate the execution of its mandate. A ruling is expected on September 8. Meanwhile, the Integrity Commission is raising concerns about the large number of government contracts awarded through single source and emergency procurement. According to the Commission, more than 34,000 contracts valued at over $370 billion were awarded during the last financial year, with more than 70% issued using either single source or emergency procurement methods. The Commission said while all 198 public bodies complied with reporting requirements, the heavy reliance on these procurement methods remains a concern and will continue to receive close scrutiny. At a press conference on Tuesday to discuss its 2025 to 2026 annual report, the Anti-Corruption Agency disclosed that public bodies reported approximately $3.4 billion in cost overruns, contract variations, and other price adjustments during the financial year. Government Minister and Member of Parliament for Kingston Western, Desmond McKenzie, has condemned the actions of a police officer who he said pepper sprayed him while he was trying to calm residents following a police shooting in his constituency on Tuesday morning.
They pepper spray Desmond eye. They pepper spray Desmond eye.
The incident occurred as tensions flared after residents accused police of using excessive force during an operation. McKenzie said he intervened in an effort to defuse the situation, but was sprayed after attempting to assist a woman who had been confronted by officers. A video of persons helping McKenzie to rinse his eyes with water and milk to combat the effects of the pepper spray has since gone viral. Noting that he would not tolerate or condone the incident, McKenzie said there was no justification for the use of pepper spray. The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, has launched a probe into the police shooting that triggered the unrest. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. Follow us on X and Instagram at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. Like this video on our YouTube page, turn on your notifications, and subscribe today. I'm Neville Graham.